Grand Rising, everybody. How we doing? Just a little short clip of life because we're all living life, aren't we? Well, most of us are. And if you're not, why aren't you? You know, what do you enjoy? For me, horses has always been. They're in my blood, they're in my passion, they're in my heart. They're always on my mind. Through all eyes. So I'm just gonna leave it to roll. Good boy, good boy. Gonna get this stuff, the hay that fell out of his neck last night, put it back in. So otherwise you can always eat it. And it ruins, doesn't it? It gets too bitty and nasty, and you end up wasting it. Or, to be honest, we use a lot on the bottom of the bed to soak up the wet and just add an extra warmth. Works quite well for that. All of that can go in the bottom. And with horses, it's always important with their hay to make sure that we are cleaning it out regularly. If it's dry hay, depending if it's in a net or if it's fell off, and if it's in tiny pieces like the dust bits, obviously you can't use it then. It's like when you're taking it off the bale. If it's dusty, just make sure you shake it off. It's fine. Just cover your nose, cover your airways. I will not wear masks ever, and especially not through all the lies of what they try and feed people. And unfortunately, there's so much brainwashing, programming. By the way, I'm a specialist in programming. If anyone wants any help, please email me. My email is on my contact details on YouTube. Self-relationship, self-mastery expert, and with this, our values, our self-governance is massive. So if you feel you're programmed, if you never question if you have your own mind or another, you are severely programmed, my darling. And truth hurts. And believe me, our self-discovery hurts. But you know what? It's worth it. Because the emotions that we transmute, that we gain from going through nasty emotions are amazing. And we are blessed. We really are. But yeah, especially like if you have wet hay. Obviously, if you have wet hay, then if you care for equines, then, or any animal that desires wet food, you know, within 24 hours it's smelling, it needs to be taken out, it needs to be cleaned up, and replaced. Some are more susceptible, like 12 hours, and you need to change it, you know. But for me, when I'm with horses, it is just magical because they're so natural, they're so connected to their spirit and their soul. You know, animals, they remember different lives they've had. They remember, they know what cycle they're on here. And for like with many of us, this has been the last cycle, the 13th gateway we passed through. And with many of us have found our animals, our spiritual guides, our aspects of self, have returned to us in this life to complete the cycle, and then they have been freed and they were allowed to move past where they were trapped. So any animal caught up in a slave cycle, whether it be a racing animal or an animal that's used for meat or dairy, all of these animals need to be gifted out of these cycles. So say if you are a sanctuary and you rescue these animals or take them in once, you know, they've finished, and their caregivers, who we call owners very ignorantly, have they have a nice heart, and their free will is, you know, I want my animal to go somewhere they're safe and they have peace for the rest of their life. This is my thank you to them. Which, there's a lot of projects we can build realm-wide, like realms connected, you know, we can all build these sanctuaries for all the creatures and different animals by coming together, reclaiming our land. And our environmental care of protection duty as the law of the land, which is creator's law. Again, it's the self-governance. This is what we govern ourselves by. This is the frequencies of the universe, the galaxies, the cosmos, of which keeps and holds the balance of the course. Now, the balance of the course, if you didn't know already, hijacked and taken over a long time in a false matrix realm. And if you're like me, you would have been subject to being tied to things, and a lot of mishappenings, a lot of gifts siphoned from you, a lot of your health attacks, like your lungs, your teeth, your whole body, okay, your liver, you know, all your major organs. You will have been infected with not just what look like a live creature, bugs or something, and parasites. You will have had, like I've got out of my body before, high technology, kind of weird things that are solid like metal, and once they come out, they're like a floppy disk that goes, it's a computer related virus kind of thing, with little spores off of them. Again, it's all down to, do we know we are our own owner and captain of our mind, body, soul, fate and destiny, coinciding, coexisting with divine? Or are we at the will and whim of somebody who actually does not have the care in them of themselves to care of another, and have been controlling the many, okay? And hiding the universal knowledge, hiding the ancient wisdom, hiding source knowledge. That's just not on, is it? And we're here to take it back and give it back to the people, and that includes our abundance. This includes our birthright of being a divinely created creature of nature, of a natural kingdom. So to know thyself is to know God, right? We have to know our whole self, come into alignment with all of our aspects of self, since forever. Since forever. To find the balance, we have to experience polarities to know where the held middle is, to know where the central sun is within us, and become that. The thing is, we are all. So light, dark, sun, moon, stars, planets, whatever names you want to give everything. These are all things that we are. So everything that's living or has a consciousness which is alive doesn't mean their biological body is alive. It might not even be biological, it could be just mechanical, really, or biomechanical. Anything in between, right? It's a fallacy to say that only you are of the light or the dark, because the true light, you can't be either, you have to be both. We are all in existence, and in my specialism, centering our polarity, holding our balance, being in a good place, even in the space, even when if someone's looking at our life inwards, they're like, that doesn't match up to that. And they don't get it because they don't search themselves. They don't ask themselves. They don't dare face things that could flank up as fear inside and cause emotions and feeling. I've witnessed many people come back to life from being stone stone cold ice basically, retrieving their soul back, in their spirit basically. You know, fusion happens, but we have to be everything to fuse our soul and spirit together with our, you know, mind, body, soul. And mind's not really a thing, it's our spiritual thought, form, substance, as has been written before. Was it Neville Goddard? I can't remember now, it was a while ago when I read that book. But yeah, there's a lot of things. So how we channel our passions helps us. When we allow our inner self to flow and talk, okay, we get better at speaking outwards. If we're trying to shut the voices up inside, the different beings we are and our spiritual guides, and you know, people might want to say angels, demons, intergalactic beings. Well, angels are, right? Everything is not of this world, okay? And the programming that's happened and the shutdown and the DNA manipulation, people have forgotten who they are, what's normal, what's real, what's false, what's an illusion of falseness, what is a true optic of manifestation. And the rainbow. If you don't know, rainbows are portals, okay? And we are all a portal. We can master our portals ourselves, but we can only do this through self-governance, same as healing, you know, like full-on healing. We heal, we regenerate, we renew, and we have the gift of helping the energy flow through others with that gift of renewal. However, they have to consent to that on some level, and if we can speak it out loud, that's confirmation. This embodiment wants healing. We have to embrace all we are. We have to embrace the good, the bad, accept that everything that we can see, any perspective of being positive, negative, good, bad, light, dark, however you want to phrase it, it's all of this and the knowledge, finding the balance with every chord within each sector, within each part of where the middle is, that holds the balance, okay? And that is the light, the actual light of truth. That is the light of divine. That is light of creator. That is light of source. And this is, again, everyone, we are all. We all have this access. People are told they're crazy, you know. Don't let anybody tell you you're crazy. Never let anybody own your mind or your body. Take it over. Like, consciously be aware. Not in paranoia. And when our abilities develop and we know them more, it can feel like, am I being paranoid? Because the thing is, we can become more aware of others' energetic streams and the individual energies which are attached to those streams. And we're communicating with people all the time, and beings from everywhere, and creatures of everything. And just a quick heads up, if you don't believe in mythology that was ever real, you're about to be shocked in the next short time to a few years coming up. And that I can promise you. You'll be seeing things that you never thought actually existed, you thought were in fairy books. Welcome to my world, guys.